So today I wanted to talk about why you existing right now is so much more significant than you truly realize, as well as why you should only count your blessings and not other people's blessings. That all being said, I'm not going to really edit anything in this video. I'm just going to have it like an unfiltered, straight raw footage. So if I mess up, please bear with me. I'm still getting used to talking to the camera and everything. So hopefully and eventually I will get better at it. But I got to kind of challenge myself with it by doing things like this. Now, getting into why you clicked on this video. The odds of you existing right now are normally believed to be like 1 in 400 trillion. But get that out your mind right now, because with these numbers, you'll see that it's actually so much more rare that you are alive right now. And it may surprise you a bit too, but I'll get to that in just a minute. A man produces 500 billion sperm in his whole lifetime. And there are roughly 3.8 billion women on the earth. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, but around there. Now we put 1 to represent you, 1 over that 500 billion times the 3.7 billion, we'll call it. What we get from that is 1 over 10 to the power of 21. That's 10 and then 21 zeros. Man, if you can comprehend that, I applaud you, because I know for sure that I cannot. So if you can't even comprehend your own existence, you know that's something special. You know that you are blessed. And all of us are blessed. And this is why I think a lot of people get confused with it. Because I was talking to a friend a bit ago and he was like, yeah, but there's also 8 billion people in the world almost. So why am I special when there's 8 billion others? Look at it like this. Every single life that there is in the world is just another lottery winner, we can think of it like. So there are 8 billion drawings to the lottery, let's say, and out of that, of course, you get 8 billion winners. But you're ignoring the fact that there are 10 to the power of 21 drawings or tickets being bought for every winner. So play that back if you don't really understand that, but basically it's like, let's say someone is going for the Powerball, right? Or like a Mega Millions kind of jackpot thing with getting all this money. You have like 10 to the power of 21 tickets being bought, and out of all that, you get a winner from it, okay? Hopefully that was a bit better explained. Maybe still confusing, but we got to move on, right? Or else I'm going to start confusing myself. That is the true significance of you and every other person being alive right now. It's just that you see all these other lottery winners, but that doesn't take away from the fact that every single one of you guys have won. It's just like if you collect all the people who have won the Mega Millions or some kind of jackpot, it's still going to be a lot of people, but it's still going to be a very minimal amount or a very small percentage to the whole population. Like a 0.0000001% of the population that has actually won. But since you see, 10,000 or 5,000 winners, you think, oh, I'm not that special. But you are special. Because again, you beat out trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of people to that egg. You were the sperm that was conceived at the end. And guess what, man? Your pops, he could have made love at a different time and with a different woman. But nah, it was at that exact time, it was with that exact person, and you were the fastest swimmer, my boy. So if you were the fastest swimmer already, you have some sort of significance. You're already a winner. People talk about like, oh man, I'm not a winner, like I'm never the one to be lucky, I'm never the one to be blessed. Every single moment that you wake up, you are winning. Every day, every single moment that you are alive is another win. Don't get hung on to this fact that like, oh, compared to the other people. Don't compare yourself to the other people, please. And it's like coconuts falling behind me or something like rock. I don't know, bro. But no, I do know. You are special. That's the simplistic view that you gotta have. You are so special. Not in the bad sense, that is, all right? You are so significant, I can't even wrap my head around it. You can't, because you may not think that you're cool. You may not think that you're important. That shows me right there that you can't even comprehend how important you are. It's that you are limiting yourself already with your beliefs. Because what you did with being alive right now, you're already an all-time great. You are already an all-time great. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, now I got to think about what I was going to say next. But yeah, we'll go on to the next thing. I think I explained myself with that, and I think I explained yourself with that as well, why you are so special in that regard. But now I have a couple more points to make with this. It's also very easy to compare ourselves with the other people around us, because again, we have 8 billion other people. So it's easy to see someone and what they have and be envious of it. Or it's easy to see someone and be jealous of them. Right? So why is it that you should only focus on yourself? It's because if you focus on others, you are always going to be wanting more. Every single time. Because you are never going to be able to have all the things that the others have. And guess what? They are not going to be able to have everything that you have. You are an individual. There is nobody like you. And there's nobody like every single other person. Every person has their own struggles. They have their own greatnesses. They have their own blessings. So to focus on someone at the top and be like, oh man, they were born into this wealth. They have good genetics. They have, this and that, all this different, like, you could go on forever. I see people saying all the time, like, what other people have. It's like, what? And even my subconscious, because I'm hearing this around me, like, I was starting to think about it too. Looking at people with, like, good genetics, good money, and I'm like, man, why can't I have that? Well, number one, the money thing, if you want to get money, boom, work for it. That's something you can do. And guess what? You don't have much right now on the money aspect, but that's going to make the story a whole lot better when you make it to the top, right? Because guess what? If someone already has it all with that money, if they were born into riches, and they talk about, oh yeah, man, I made $1 billion from this 10 million that I got. It's like, okay, pretty cool story. That is really impressive, I gotta admit. But guess what? If it's you, and you started with straight nothing, you started with like $100, $10, and you built yourself up to multi-millions, people are going to be like, yo, who is this guy, right? They're going to be crazy over you. Your story is going to be that much better. So the fact that you don't have that much, if you really want to fixate on that, that's going to make it a whole lot better in the future when you make it. But as I was saying before, you already really did make it in a sense, because you do have so many blessings. It's just that you're not counting them. You're not focusing on them. Now, as I said, I keep saying as I said, see, that's the thing that I have to edit out a lot. But what I was saying earlier too is, like, with these rich people, let's say if we want to take an example, you have some multi-billionaire. They may not have the happiness that you have. Or let's say you're looking at someone's kid whose parents are billionaires, and you're like, oh, like, why couldn't I be the kid of those billionaires? Okay, we'll take that example, but now look, that kid may not have the quality time with their parents that you have. Okay, so like, there you go. Their relationships aren't as good. They can't spend as much time with their parents because they have to work all the time. And obviously this is one example. You can look at this in so many different ways. Again, if you are fixated on someone's, like, genetics or their position that they were born into, or whatever you're focusing on, some person that, like a girlfriend that they got, whatever, some sort of envious thing that you got on someone, you got to realize at the end of the day, you already are a lottery winner. You are the one to swim to the egg. Ain't no one doing that. It is practically zero out of the possibility that you are here right now. So you are a winner. Please understand that. I'm already going back to the thing I was just talking about, because it is truly so crazy, and it's getting me out of breath as well. So realize that too. But again, every single person has their struggles. I want you to focus in on that too right now. Because if every person is struggling, then they're going to look at something that you have that they don't have. Because everyone does this. Everyone looks at other people and what they got, right? Well, not you after this video, hopefully. But a lot of people are focused on what they don't have yet. So even if you're looking at some, I don't know, let's just take an example, man. Like Jeff Bezos. Like, oh, he got all the money. But it's like, okay, and he's bald. And you got some luscious hair. Or, you know, his kid wasn't able to spend some time when he was 1 year old. But you were able to spend time with, you know, your parents when you were 1 year old, right? So many different things. And this, like, these things may not apply to you. Like, maybe you don't have luscious hair. Maybe you don't have, like, all this quality time with your parents. But for the sake of the example, let's just put it at that, and you can hopefully focus on just your own blessings. Because when you just focus on, like, all right, I got this, you can think of literally like tens of thousands, and that's so many that you're not going to want to write out or think about how many blessings you got. I guarantee if you tried to write down all the things, all the great things that you have, you wouldn't be able to do it. No chance you got. No, it's going to take you more than your actual life. And if it's taking you more than your actual life, then that means that you have more blessings than you have seconds of life. So think about that for a second too. Think about that for a second. You can't even write down one of your blessings a second in your whole life. You're not gonna have enough time to write down every single thing that you have. That's how fortunate you really are. So it never makes sense to focus on what others have, because they can also focus on what you have. Nobody has everything. Someone and everyone is always lacking something. And even if you are looking at, even if you're, I just forgot what I was going to say. I'm gonna be straight out. I was going to say something really good and then I forgot it. That's just what happens. Hold on. Bear with me. Drink some water real quick. Take a little bit of a break. That's actually real embarrassing. Let's see. And also just think about what I've been saying for a second too while I try and gather this information. Oh yes, alright. See? There we go. So, sticking to this money example, because honestly it's a pretty good example to run these analogies with. If you are only fixated on the money, I've said fixated a lot of times. It sounds like a cool word, sounds like a sophisticated word, so I was like, alright, let's use it a few times. But now it's getting a bit too much. But with this money, if you're only looking at people and money and all the money that you got, and that is your happiness, the thing that you got to look at is that money is a number. You have 1,000, you have 1,000,000, you have however much, it's a number. But numbers, they go on for infinite, like they go on forever. So if you are constantly looking for more and more and more money, or more and more and more power, man, it's good to work and to seek out, you know, financial independence and to, you know, be respected and stuff. But if you are never being fulfilled with what you have, then you are always going to feel empty, because you can never reach infinity. You can never reach infinity. It's not possible. Think about that for a second too. Matter of fact, honestly, I hope that that's all that you really even need with this. You don't got to compare yourself to anyone, and your life right now is so much more significant than you may realize. That's truthfully my message. I feel like I could go on forever, but honestly, the emotion, I hope that it showed, because I'm not just making this up. I'm not just making this up. The numbers are there. The analogies are there. Even when I mess them up, they're there. So, hope that that is sufficient for you. It should be. And that being said, thank you for watching. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, please feel free to check out any of my other videos. And if you enjoy those, feel free to subscribe. And man, I'm not going to be like one of those, like, you know, yo, please subscribe, please subscribe. I mean, I feel like my videos, they can help you. Maybe not all of them, but I feel like I put, you know, a decent amount of effort in the things that I've learned into them. So I hope that through you subscribing, I'm not going to ignore the fact that it helps me. Yes, it helps me. It helps the channel and all that, but I hope that it can also help you, because that's the original purpose that I started YouTube with, and that's still my main goal with all of it, is just helping you progress in your life. That's my goal at the end of the day. So feel free to subscribe or check out any of the videos right next to me. With that being said, I'll see you when I see you. Stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.